What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Appreciate you guys tuning in for another video. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe so you don't miss out on any future videos. We're still doing 3 videos a week, so we don't want you to miss out on any of those. So make sure you're subscribed and got the notification on and all that so we can help you guys catch some more bass here next year, because that's the goal of this channel. Everything we put out is to help you guys catch more bass. So appreciate you guys as always. Well, with it being winter, depending on what part of the country you're in, maybe you're still doing some wintertime bass fishing. I know I am still doing some wintertime bass fishing, but if you're in the far north of the country, probably not able to get out on the soft water right now. You're probably doing a little ice fishing, so this may not help you a whole lot. But for everybody else who's actually still bass fishing, there's some things that I will not go fishing right now without in the boat. It's wintertime, it's cold. Even when it's warm, it's still pretty cold out. It never really gets super warm in the wintertime. So we're gonna go over a few things that I keep in the boat all the time when I go out wintertime bass fishing. Really, you should not go out fishing in the winter without these things in the boat. First and foremost, if you're going fishing in the winter, now this is pretty specific to the winter. Sometimes in the summer, I actually want to jump in the lake and cool down, but in the winter, you do not want to fall into the lake. That water gets really cold, and honestly, you could run into a health situation pretty quick. You could get hypothermia if you're pretty far from the truck, or you don't have a spare set of clothes. So for me, when I go fishing in the winter, I keep a towel and an extra set of clothes in the boat at all times. It doesn't matter if it's old junky clothes, doesn't matter. A towel to dry off and just an extra set of pants and a sweatshirt, something that's dry and warm in case you were to fall out of the boat. Just a safety issue. If you were to fall out of the boat in 40-degree water and you're 20 miles from the truck, you're going to be in a little bit of a problem by the time you get back to the truck. It doesn't take long for hypothermia to set in. So just as a safety issue or a safety concern, I keep an extra set of clothes and just a towel just in case something would happen that you need to dry off. Now, hopefully that never happens. That's an extremely rare situation. But that has to be mentioned in this video. You always want to keep an extra set of clothes in the boat. Now, for me, when I go winter fishing, I used to hate it. I really did. I used to hate going fishing in the cold, growing up. And mainly that was because I didn't have the right equipment to be out in the cold. And Striker has some of the best gear available for that. So for me, when I'm going fishing in the winter, it's all about wearing the right clothes or having the right equipment for the conditions. So first and foremost, you got to keep your feet and you got to keep your hands warm. We'll get into the rest of the body here in a minute, but you got to keep your feet warm. So this is the Striker insulated socks. Literally, I will just put these on, nothing else. No layering of socks, literally just one pair of socks. They're very heavy duty, they're wool, they're thermal. I mean, they keep your feet warm. And then just your favorite pair of boots. Whatever you want to wear that, you can tie them tight. That's one thing I like to do in the winter is make sure I tie my shoes pretty tight. Keeps everything in, it helps keep some blood in your feet and keep them warm. So keeping your feet warm, that's number one. Number two is having a good pair of gloves. So this is the Striker wool gloves. These are for actually fishing in. I have another pair that doesn't have the fingers cut off, that are big, bulky, kind of snowmobile gloves, essentially, if I'm making a long run in the wintertime. But these right here, these are the best fishing gloves that I've ever seen, ever worn. And they're really not that expensive. So this would be a great Christmas gift if you're looking to get, anybody a last-minute Christmas gift. The Striker wool gloves are perfect. These are by far my favorite gloves I've ever worn, and I will not go fishing in the winter without these. You can get them wet and they still stay warm. Man, it's just a great glove to have in the boat. If the wind's blowing, the weather's super cold, and you need to actually fish in gloves, these are the ones I'm picking up. I really don't like fishing in gloves just because it kind of bulks up your hands. You can't feel your rod as much as you want to. But some of those situations where it gets really, really cold, you need to wear the gloves, and these are the ones I'm doing it in. So, got to keep your hands warm, you got to keep your feet warm. The rest of your body really just kind of takes care of itself with this guy. This is the Striker Denali suit. This is the camo pattern. They also have a black pattern, but this is their heavy-duty insulated rain suit. So this is actually a rain suit. You could wear this in the heaviest of rains, and it's gonna keep you dry. But I always like to wear it when it's cold out as well. It helps block some of the wind if there's that cold wind, but it's insulated and it just keeps you so warm. So literally I could go fishing in the coldest weather that you could go fishing in, and I'm literally gonna wear what I'm wearing right here. I'm gonna wear jeans, I'm gonna wear a hoodie or some sort of sweatshirt, and then the Striker Denali suit with the bibs and the jacket. And that is all you need. So you're not have all these layers on, you're not gonna have 4 or 5 different sweatshirts and a jacket. It's literally, a sweatshirt and a Denali jacket. You're not overweight, you can still move around. It's very lightweight on your shoulders, but it is extremely warm, and that'll keep you warm in the coldest of temperatures. So that's what I'm wearing all of wintertime fishing right there. So, like I said, you keep your hands and your feet warm. The Denali suit takes care of the rest, and you're gonna enjoy a great day out on the water. Now, my Phoenix actually comes with heated seats, so this is gonna get an honorable mention. This was kind of Brittany's request on the boat, was to add the heated seats, and I was like, nah, I'm never gonna use those things. We don't need that. That's what I got the Striker gear for. Well, let me tell you, the heated seats are actually pretty nice in the winter. It warms things up, and it may not necessarily warm you up, like get hot to touch on your butt or your back, but it warms things up for sure. And then if your hands get really cold, you can just sit down and warm up your hands. It's just a great way to break the cold. If you need just a second to warm up for just a second, turn those heated seats on. But now I find myself every time I start the motor, so the motor has to be running for the heated seats to work. Every time I start the motor to make a move, even if it's just a minute or two, I'm pushing that button to turn the heated seats on just to get a little extra warmth. So hopefully you guys learned something from this video. Appreciate you guys as always. If you want to check out any of the Striker stuff, head on over to strikerbrands.com, or Fish USA has everything. I think they have everything. If not, they will have everything here real soon. So hopefully you guys learned something. As always, hit the like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and we'll see you guys next time.